He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. Okay, so, real quick. Are you going to bed early? Have a good night, Reese. So this is Iggy. Iggy's kind of a bully. There is a, like, power plant type place that's kind of locked off, barred off. So these two and two other characters were in front of this, like, really green, oozy, like, ooze, and some of it got flicked onto Iggy's face, and then it made him like completely disfigured. And now everyone's is chasing him to get him. I'm assuming to kill him, but we don't know that yet. So he was hiding in Roller in his treehouse, and now they're trying to escape. So like I said, some of the storyline plots, if I change it, things just change completely. So we'll see what happens if we flee. Because last time I did this, I tried to stand my ground, and then we died. We got captured. So, yeah. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. Tunnels?
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket.
Into the thick of it.
The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back.
They were there, aren't they?
The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Where are we?
Chapter 5.
Oh, back to chapter 5? Wow.
They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
How? Where are we? That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Is that Bozo Kerr? It's that Bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those
Luca
woods.
looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be
With
rude.
a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Man, it's my internet. It's me. It's on my end. I'll wait. Thanks for letting me know. Just gonna eat my candy because I feel like a child. Should be good now. It's super delayed too. Okay. With a resigned sigh, Luca responded. Oh. It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man out of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Did they kill his mother? I see I'm buffering too, yeah. Ugh. Okay, we're back. What a pain. We gotta keep moving. Okay, we're good for now. I know, me too. It's just, ugh. I love everything about it. I played the demo last year and I just fell in love. I'm like, I need to play this in its entirety. What is that? What's the readout? Sitting just above the 258 Kelvin. That's a bit down from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe range. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Is this an old Beacon Pines sign? Like, this is like the old air. Interesting. Looks just like it. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. Think it's a town sign? I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? No, we're good? Okay. There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. What could you do? There we go. Aha! I knew it!
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around? Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell's going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Before I do, I want to see if this does anything.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow.
This is part of the tunnels.
2 faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. That's gotta be like the exit to the tunnels that Kerr was talking about. It's literally like pines, but except for its... This stuff looks familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I shoved me into? Yeah. Okay, you know what? You're a big dick, so whatever.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff who put up? I don't know. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run. Cute.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. Okay, well, I'm done. I'm just gonna... Okay. Iggy is gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Aww.
Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
Oh my god, seriously. My bitrate is being real shit right now. It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a
The boys
bit.
huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
God, this game is so good. The way the snow covered everything over is kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. Bull hockey? Bull hockey? Anyways, first of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. No worries, hell. As always, thank you for popping in. You know, I appreciate you more than you know. Get some rest, say hi to the family, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Roller are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission
Iggy
control.
now wept. Oh.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn, with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked it and even she already likes you. You have
He wiped
Tish.
his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
Iggy
impression.
cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh, it must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The
They're
house
so
smelled
cute.
of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face, the doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
Remember what?
Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No. We both know that's not how this went. Right is right. And what's wrong is wrong.
Okay.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Sharper? Okay. Go on.
Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
The buffering? Is that happening to you? Oh, I was showing I have no viewers now. Yeah, something's going on with my my internet, and apparently Twitch. Oh, there's my 6. Okay. My stream restarted completely. I'm at 46 seconds. Okay. Interesting. God, I hope when I come and look at this, it's not too bad. I might finish this scene and change games. I really want to get this like to look good, because I want to put this on the U of Tubes. So let me get through the story, and then I'll try and play something else. I really want this to be good, but the internet's being a jerk, so I don't want to chance it.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing.
No, not right now. It's just my internet. It's being weird. It keeps dropping, like significantly. Like I'm at like, yeah.
It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Who's this?
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're
Luca
doing?
looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody? Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker of the infinite expanse of possibility. Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
First of all, dude, she knows your name, Iggy. How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very
Nat
well.
began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that, so you know where we are. You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back
Luca
home.
and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open
For a
them.
brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weep Wood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here, but the town you've called home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing, yep, was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane.
And Iggy looked around uncomfortably.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
the source. What did you say? The source like that? Why
Luca began
indeed?
to laugh uncomfortably.
That's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this is really home,
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
Chapter 6.
Ooh.
The Source.
Ooh.
Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
He's going home.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
This is where his dad is buried.
His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here, alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that for? What if I couldn't find you, you
Iggy
jerk?
finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh, Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. 259K. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. Well, what about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is
He
overrated.
bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. Is this man dancing away? Weirdo. He's dancing away. Okay. Wow. Here I thought I was a jerk. These degenerates are out here literally dancing on
Luca
graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave
advice.
Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover? Who you helping? Hey, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about
Luca
a
wiped his
source.
eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever that source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source. Oh boy. I'm gonna go right. We good? It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to
Iggy
you?
and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Yeah, you do. Aw, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw this guy. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back... came into possession of
Hey
some
lady,
premium grade
Mr.
fireworks.
Facey.
Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they gave kids. Mikkel, thank you so much for the resub 10 months. I appreciate you. I am sorry, my internet is being super janky. So if this comes in delayed, I apologize. I hope you are doing well, though. I hope everything's going well. I think I might swap games because I really want this to be like good quality for the internets of the U of Tubes. I'm loving this game so much. Anyway. Beige chair. I filled it back up for you.
You filled them back up?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I filled them.
Oh, they're upstairs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you did it or not, so I just redid it. Don't... me. This game looks cute. Things are good. Sing that dance. Oh, lovely. Alright, so, a little backstory. If you can hear me. Luca and Iggy, they live in this town. And, the really cool thing about this game is that you have a book, so you have a narrator, and every so often you pick up these certain, probably paladins. You pick up these certain words, and you have to like finish a sentence with the words, and whatever word you choose changes your story. So I still haven't found the right order of words to get to like the real actual ending. So I've come across a bunch of different words, I plugged them in, and the story will continue chapter after chapter, but it's not the right ending, and I think it's so cool. So I'm going through, I backtracked again. I was up to chapter 9, and then we got a bad ending, so I'm now back to chapter 5, where I chose the right, or chapter 4 was the last good choice I made. So then I was in chapter 5, and I'm doing this slew of storyline, which is totally different than what I was just doing. So it's a really cool concept. I really like it. So I've just been playing it, but my internet's being very janky, so I don't want to like keep streaming it because I want everyone to really watch this game and see the game, see the content. Not to mention I want to put this on YouTube, but I really can't if it's gonna be all janky when I like download the VOD. So with that being said, I'm just trying to get to a good point to like end it and then move on to apparently Paladins according to Jet. Is my Paladins updated? Hold on a second. I should probably check that first before I go any further. I have not played Paladins in forever, and it is. Okay, good. Stupid internet! Right? So I'm gonna keep playing a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So, real quick, where we are right now, it's been discovered by taking this new choice of words, dialogue, or whatever, is my town, Beacon Pines, where I was I was before, this cold area. This wintry wonderland is the original Beacon Pines, and somehow this company uprooted and redesigned or remade to a T, bit by bit, every little thing, the city of Beacon Pines away from the original town. So this is the original Beacon Pines, although these kids have just discovered that where they have been living for the past, I don't know, year or so, is not the real Beacon Pines. And Luca is very devastated because he's been going to see his father at his gravesite, when in fact, his father's been buried in this winter wonderland this whole time. So he's a little upset. So, there. Indy! Hi! How are you? So, yeah, that's kind of like the story in a nutshell. Yeah. So I'm just gonna see if I'm trying to go a little bit further, and then I'm gonna call it, and hopefully tomorrow my internet will be better. Tomorrow? Saturday? I don't know. I want to finish it soon though. I still have to do another edit for Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus to upload that, the final one, and then I'll upload this, and then I have to take some time at some point and just like sit down for a good like couple of hours and just pump out a bunch of like shorts. And for YouTube, I did my first short for the first time in like a year, and I've already got like over 200 views, which is like, for me, amazing. So yeah, I'm doing okay. My internet's been a complete cunt tonight, but I'm good. Aside from that, I'm really pissed off it's not working well tonight. I know it's because the storms are brewing in places or whatever, but like it's just being super janky. It's pissed me off. Anyway, let me see how much further I can get with this before I move on. Okay, I'm sure everyone is buffering and it's really pissing me off. I might even just call it a night, maybe even, because what's the point of playing Paladins if y'all can't see me playing Paladin being so amazing at Paladin? You know? But yeah. Yes, also thank you for liking, Mikhail. I appreciate it. But yeah, last time I checked, that short that I had requested, that I mentioned in the Discord to like give a little thumbs up, that was at 255 views. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm just curious, where am I at now? Ooh, 259 views now. Anyway, so yeah, cause all my other shorts only got maybe 10 or 4 views, so it's a good feeling, you know? Alright, let's see how much further we can get into this, and then we'll move on for a bit. Yeah, right? I agree. Like, even last week, our internet dropped out almost every day. It was pissing, like, you know, Oni and I were trying to work, and you would think this game would pull less. It's just a little indie game. It's not that big. But I digress. Alright, let's continue for a little bit here. Just a little bit. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Roller were doing chores at Roller's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
He stifled a chuckle.
Yep, I wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
He triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that were moved. It was us. Unbelievable. It's actually kind of funny. Right, let me see. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo, you're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotten children's brains. Everyone thinks they are a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. You're gonna threaten a child? You're kind of a piece of shit, aren't you? What is going on here? Nope, can't go up there. Just all this is curious. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Ah, another word. I can actually see on the option, but I just want to make sure there's nowhere else I can go. Okay.
Luca
So cute.
and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Whoa. I can't see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? This dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Oh god, here he is. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr! Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question.
Phrasing?
Little she's can't. This is the source where they collect an
Kerr
unrefined.
scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. As a fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role merely is to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart
His
boy.
face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Ew. Oh, listen. Let me explain real quick what happened to poor Iggy, okay? This poor boy. So earlier in the game, before we got to the original town in the new town of Beacon Pines, there is this like factory and there's all this green ooze or something, and Iggy insulted Luca the deer, and Luca got pissed and kicked this like green ooze in Luca's face, and then his face contorted into that. The end. So here we are. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in a role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Oh, they're so creepy. The clipboards. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I am an exceptional liar. Bup. That's far
Iggy
enough.
plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
How are you gonna light this? Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Why are the clipboards walking
Mr. Kerr
backwards?
sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like
With
this?
a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Ooh, look at his face! Mr. Kerr is... Oh, no!
With a
Whoa.
growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How? What channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the Clippers will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Wow! Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young.
With a wild look in his
Sorry,
eye,
Phileas Young.
Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Rum dum dum. Whoop-dee dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Ooh, okay, new word.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's
Luca
okay.
felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
Iggy? You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Now I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy,
Luca
no.
felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in
Calm
packs.
settled over Iggy's face.
Iggy, you're like, what, 12? Luca, let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Oh my gosh, Iggy! Let me do the right thing for once. Luca had no choice but to... Oh! Accept or refuse! Oh no! Oh no, what do we do? Okay, we're gonna try refuse first. See what happens. And then okay. Refuse. We'll try refuse first.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
No! I figured it would be like a bad ending, but oh my god.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Let's try again.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
God, this game, man.
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Have a goodbye, Iggy. Look, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious. But of course. course. Those fireworks at Vicky must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before Penereal or Harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while.